you must be expressive. I think one of our fears of not being expressive is, what if this person gets angry and go? What if I lose this friendship? What you left unsaid is still coming to a point where you say it, maybe out of anger or anything. Because I've realized that those unsaid words are bottled down and they come out in explosion at unexpected times.
Talking from experience.
Yeah, I am.
So today we're talking about communication in marriage and in relationships, because we discovered that this is one thing that has scattered a lot of marriages. So we'll be exploring how you can improve your communication in your marriage, in your relationship, and it does not just border on relationship and marriage. It also border on general life relationship, how you communicate with your boss, how you communicate with your colleagues at work and friends. So we want to say you're welcome to the Olorunfemi's channel. My name is Ayodele.
My name is Watosin.
And then we're walking in faith and
living in love.
So today, let's go right into. So we'll be sectioning it into about 4 or 5 sections, basically on the introduction. So, what do you say about what is effective communication?
Effective communication.
What is communication?
Okay, communication
Leave
is
the
just okay. Communication is just passing a message across from one person to another.
Okay, so that's actually correct. So in education, we were taught that teaching is actually communication. So the way by which you get your intention known to the other person. So how you communicate your intention, or what I am doing, or what you are trying to do. Because sometimes it is not just about what you are saying, it is about what you meant. You understand? So one of the things that cause conflict is like you are saying something, but what you mean is not what you are saying, or what you are saying is not what you mean. So it causes a lot of problems in marriages like that. So when it comes to communication, I think communication is everything we do in a marriage.
Yes, basically.
Yeah. Communication is like everything you do in a marriage, because for a lady to go into the kitchen to cook, for a man to wake up in the morning and go to work, a woman is looking at it that if a man leaves the house early in the morning going to work and doing the hustling, hustle. All right, so if a person is doing the hustle, a man is doing the hustle, the wife is looking at him that he's communicating love. Am I correct? Yeah, because he's trying to provide for the family. Not true.
I have a point there.
Okay, so you should sit down at home and not do anything.
I'm not saying you should not.
Because the way you took it, like,
No, wait, chill.
Is it true?
No, I'm not saying it's not true, of course. Providing for the family is a sign that you love the person. Fine. But you said that a woman sees it that way. It is part of it. But I would say that for a woman, I don't think it is the major.
Okay, how do you see a man? Okay, I'm not saying it's major.
Okay, it's part of it.
It's major, but I'm saying. So how do you see a man leaving the house in the morning going to work?
It's not. No.
So what if you decide to sit down at home and say it's not working? Hello,
it's irresponsible if it's not working.
Is irresponsible?
It's irresponsibility so now.
Can you? It's good when we have twists like this at the beginning of the podcast. Now, can you say that a person can be loving but irresponsible? He loves the wife, but he is irresponsible.
I am not going to agree with that.
Okay, so for me, okay, maybe not for a woman, but for me, I see that if a man leaves the house in the morning and goes to work, he's trying to communicate.
I'm not saying that
love.
It's not a communication of love. It is. You've clarified that it's not the major way a woman sees love. That's the clarification I just needed. Fine. It is a communication that the man loves the woman. So I agree on that.
Okay, so we have some questions here. that is going to form the basis of effective communication. The first question we have here is how can couples identify their own communication styles and understand each other better? So, how have we understood our communication styles and understand each other better? So, tell me, how have you understood my own communication style?
I'll still say I'm in the process. I wouldn't say I have totally understood his communication style, but over time I have realized that he likes someone to be expressive, and I'm not much of an expressive person, so I think we have conflicts once in a while in that area. I always like you to express your mind the way it is. Let's talk about it, even if it means one person is angry or the other. But when I am angry, I like to keep to myself. And why are you looking at me like that?
Continue now.
I like to keep it to myself till I'm a bit calm, so as to be able to express myself well. But most times I end up not expressing myself well. I know that. But so I think I later understood that he just wants you to say your mind. So one way or the other, I may have been trying to say, like, I don't even know if I answered the question.
Okay, and I feel that you are trying to not express yourself based on two reasons. If I say the second reason, you would disagree with me, but I'll say the first one.
Yeah, I said the first one.
All right, you're trying to avoid expressing yourself immediately because you don't want to say something that will scatter the whole matter.
Of course.
So that's the
Say the
first.
second one.
I won't say.
Say it.
I will
No,
not
say it,
the
oh. Say it.
All right. So now, when it comes to you trying to, like, I'm calming myself down so that because if I talk now that I'm hungry, I will not be able to even express exactly what I want to express. So I think I've been able to understand to that point that the reason why you keep quiet when you are angry or when something is not going fine with you is because you don't want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And because of course you are an emotional being that God has put beside me. So, and that's why you are like that. So I perfectly understand, and I'm trying to also accustom to the fact that for me, if I'm hungry, they say don't talk when you are hungry. Are you getting it? Like that's like
But you're reverse.
a rule of thumb. But for me, as much as I don't like fights, I don't want a situation whereby we both keep quiet in the house and we are not talking to each other. This person is looking morosely, as if somebody died, and and the other person is doing his own. You know, one of the things that brought about this discussion was a lady saying, "I will not talk to my husband throughout this day. Today,
Because she's angry.
I will not talk to him because she's angry." And you don't know what it does to a man. Like when you say you don't want to talk to him. Now there are two things it does to a man. If the man is actually busy and he has something to do, oh my God, you just give him a free day.
You should be worried. You should not be saying you have a free day. You should be worried,
Okay,
actually.
He should be worried. So that's why, because I'm a proper man. You understand? That's why most times I want you to talk. I'll come and meet you. That what exactly is the problem? Are you getting my point? That's me as a person. Like when you are not talking, I'm worried. But it's not like worry. I'm like, you must talk. You must talk. So I wanted you to like communicate what exactly is the problem so that we don't keep grudges and sweep them under the carpet and things go the way we don't want it to. So it's better to be expressive than to keep it.
Know your partner. You know, we both give examples of each other now, and we've come to an understanding over time that this is what this person does when this person is angry, and this is what this person does when this person is angry, and we've learned to meet each other halfway. Don't expect the person to totally give in to your own ways. You are two strangers coming together, trying to understand each other and live together, and the best way to go about it is just to meet each other halfway. So know your partner. For me that likes to keep quiet, my husband is understanding, and for me that I know that he wants me to talk, so we try to meet each other halfway. There are times I have to express myself, and there are times that he has to wait for me to come around.
Active, when it comes to active listening, talking to somebody and the other person. You know, we're in the age of technology. People don't actually listen again. they don't listen. So sorry, I want to make this example. Imagine explaining something to someone and the person seemed as though he was listening or she was listening to you, and when you expected them to execute, they cannot execute. They keep asking you questions again and again. So you see the gap that when you thought they were listening, they were not actually listening. Don't be on the phone when the other person is talking and do as though you are listening, whereas you are not listening.
Listen actively. Show that you're following. Don't be absent-minded. Yeah, I think that sometimes that we ladies like long talks that may bore you guys out.
No, but the issue is that it does not happen to guys only now. Ladies are more engrossed with their phones now. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not. That's not a label on ladies. I understand that a lot of people will look at me like this guy. I'm not attacking anybody, but I lived in the guest hostel. A guy can do one thing at a time.
That's what I'm trying to say.
A lady can do plenty
things at a
also,
time.
Please, ladies, applaud yourself. At least I did not attack you this time around. All right. So now, you can do many things at the same time. But what I realized is that what a man does with one of his time, you can't compare the quality with a lady who is doing plenty things at the same time.
Exactly. I disagree.
Let's
I
go
am
to
going
the
to disagree.
the law of nature. If you want to get to your destination faster, the best way is to focus on where you are going, not on branching to many places. As a matter of fact, I want to have a PhD. I want to become a professor of anatomy at a very early age. And I did BSc pharmacy, BSc anatomy before doing masters in anatomy. That's a waste of time. I'm branching two different places, doing too many
how
things.
does that relate to a lady doing medicine?
I'm only trying to say
it's a level of grace and capacity.
Jesus.
It's the level of
Can you
grace
write two exams at the same time and pass? Well, two exams at the same time. Like, what I'm saying here is this.
It's based on your level of preparation.
Level of preparation. I'm saying that doing too many things at the same time.
Okay, wait. Can you give an example of too many things that a lady does at the same time?
A lady can be washing clothes and at the same time cooking in the kitchen.
It's grace.
And that's why food gets burnt.
It is. What do you mean? Is it
every time that the food gets burnt?
Is it every time that the food gets burnt?
Like,
it's not every time.
A guy is in the kitchen, he wants to cook.
Multitasking. It is a skill that can get you hard-earned money.
Is the person a laborer?
I don't understand. It is a skill that keeps the home running and get things done in time, and that's what even satisfies you men. Imagine me saying that it takes me 1 week to keep the house clean.
1 week? How? I don't understand.
If I want to do a work like a man, I'm going to wash the clothes today, and it can take me the whole of the day to wash the clothes because I'm focused on washing only the clothes. And people will not eat in the house. Do you agree?
No. The issue is this: that what you are saying is not realistic. You are only saying it based on that you want to debate.
Wait.
But you know that you will not use
let me make it realistic.
You know you have not been
realistic. Let me make it realistic. If you claim that is,
of course, you know if we are in a debate, I've warned you with that. The fact that you have agreed that what you are saying is not realistic.
No, I'm being realistic. I just want to come down to a lower level. Now imagine I want to wash clothes today. And I said to use like 2 to 3 hours to wash clothes. And I say that during that period, I'm not cooking breakfast. That means people are not eating breakfast.
There's no problem with that. Okay, now, did you wash this morning?
No.
Have I eaten breakfast?
No. Because today you're fasting.
Like, who told you I'm fasting?
Because this is manna water. Or you're saying you're not fasting.
Who told you I'm fasting?
I know.
Of course, I can decide not to fast.
Why will you decide not to fast?
I can decide not to fast. It's a choice.
Decide not to fast. Please, we'll argue this one in another podcast. Let's just move on, I beg. Because I know I agree to this theory.
This is to tell you how two different persons with two different opinions and mindset are coming together to form one. It tells you that most of the time they will have something to disagree upon.
Of course.
But in your disagreement, love will help to, align both of you together. Yeah. So you see, when she was talking, I was actually listening to her. And when I'm talking, she's listening. You understand? So let it happen in real life and in the way you run your day-to-day activities, such that you are listening to the person, you are not talking to the person, absent-mindedly. It's important that we take that into consideration, even in the age of technology.
Section 3, common communication challenges. So, what are effective strategies for resolving misunderstandings in a marriage?
How have we resolved our own challenges in this marriage conflict? Can you remember any fight?
I can't place my my thought is not going to one in particular, but I know that we resolved conflict, and we basically talk about.
So if there's no resolution of conflict, it means that the marriage has been broken a little bit. There are cracks here and there, because how I don't know, but okay, now making it bare. Those who are not expressive, they are the type that they just want the matter to die down naturally. Naturally. Present. You are so, but we know that when it comes to effective communication, matters don't die down naturally. There's something we call conflict. We thought they taught us in school, conflict and resolution. So, or they say peace and conflict.
Peace and conflict.
So now, when it comes to peace and conflict, or conflict and resolution, whatever the case is, we must learn to understand that matters don't just go away with time. Because a matter you left unattended to, like someone would say, there are matters that arise now that you did not settle become matters arising in the future again. So it becomes a compounded problem. You imagine a problem you were supposed to settle in the foundation. You did not settle it in the foundation. When you get to the roof and you see a crack in the wall from the foundation, there is nothing you can do to that house again. It's either you pull down that part that has cracked off, which of course will cost you a lot. So you imagine a family, the husband said, normal thing, they ask, are you a virgin in relationship? One of the things that, okay, you should discuss. I don't know why they don't ask guys if they were virgins anyway. So, but then, that's the problem of our society. We should not follow suit. Now, they asked themselves, the lady said, I'm a virgin. They did not ask the husband. I don't know why they did not ask the husband. Sha. So, when they got married, I think the husband discovered that she was not a virgin.
Yeah.
Now, my question, sir, how did you know she's not a virgin? How something you have not done it before? How did you know? Now that's not where I'm going. That's a matter for another day. Okay, so the man decided that because this woman lied to me, I cannot divorce her, but I will make this marriage a living hell for her.
Problem.
And so the man was treating the woman badly, to the point they gave birth. The children does not want to come home. They don't want to leave because they went to boarding school. So the children don't like to come home because they know that it's going to be fight, troubles here and there, a lot of issues like that. And so it got to a point where the man was now broken and wanted to say what actually happened. The man said she told him that she was a virgin, and he later discovered she was not a virgin. Yeah. And that's why he decided to treat her that way. Now, why not? Because what the man was trying to do is that if I can't discuss this matter, I don't want to discuss it. You understand? Let the matter just go under the carpet. What has gone under the carpet is now what you are using to punish the other person. You understand? So anyway, don't marry your enemy. If you marry your enemy, that's some of the things you will see.
How do you know what's on my mind? I wanted to say that's beyond lack of communication. That's wickedness.
That's wickedness, Abby.
Yes.
Because if it is somebody like me that saw something, like no, I don't allow.
No, you don't have to.
I don't allow matters
that moment.
It's important because you don't know when you will leave this world. For those of us who believe in eternity, where you will spend eternity, it's important for you to clear your mind before you leave this world. Because if you don't clear your mind and you get to heaven and you say you are holding grudges against somebody, even the scripture was talking about that if you come to church and you want to pay your tithe or your offering and you have hurt against anybody, you should first go and settle. So that means some of the offerings you are giving in church are not acceptable. They are just dashing money. Yeah, that's the scripture. So that's why it is important to communicate. That's important. The scripture talk to a point that if you have fight with somebody, you should first call another friend to come and settle it. If the guy does not agree, call a group of people or church people, leaders, or 2 or more. Let them come and settle the matter. If he does not agree, call the church. If the church comes, the leaders of the church come and he still does not agree, you should leave the person alone. That is, you must do everything in your power to make what? To make peace. Like everything possible to make peace. And if the person does not want peace, you do what? You leave the person on his or her own.
I would like to say, not being expressive is not really a good thing. It causes a lot of harms and breaks a lot of friendship. I've been an unexpressive person for quite a number of years in my life. I'm learning to be expressive now. There are many things I've swept under the carpet, and I've lost some relationship due to this fact. But I want to assure you that you can learn. Many of us were affected by our upbringing or situations in life that we find ourselves. But that does not mean, or that does not say that we should remain the same. You can learn. I'm not at the peak of it, but I can say I'm still learning. So for your relationship to work, and most importantly for your marriage to work, you must be expressive. I think one of our fears of not being expressive is, what if this person gets angry and go? What if I lose this friendship? What you left unsaid is still coming to a point where you say it, maybe out of anger or anything. Because I've realized that those unsaid words are bottled down and they come out in explosion at unexpected times. So,
talking from experience.
yeah, I am. They come out at unexpected times, and when the person gets to hear, it might be on that friendship or that relationship might be unamendable at that point because of how it was said or where it was heard from. Many of us, we prefer to tell another person that I'm angry. This is what this person did. This is what that person did, because we are afraid of facing the person that we have issues with. We're just being scared. But I want to tell you today, if you don't tell that person what is on your mind today, at the end of the day, you might say it in the wrong way, or you might end up telling that person that will cause a break in that friendship you don't want to lose. How can couples establish and maintain regular check-ins to strengthen their relationships?
Family meeting.
What's that?
Family meeting is really important to, like, talking about, like, you sit down to talk about it, discuss it, and I'm talking about structured meeting.
Oh, structure.
That's why I call it family meeting. In structured meeting, you are able to bring each matter. Like, okay, this is what has been affecting our marriage for some time. Let's talk about it. Though for us here, we don't do it as structured. But I know that at intervals, I used to call, come, let's talk.
Sure.
You understand? So that's for me, like, of course, it's not going to be like a meeting like the one you do in your office. So, but the come let's talk is like a family meeting. Let's discuss this. Let's talk about this issue. Because in my own family, where I came from, we do that a lot.
This is family. It's my own family. We don't do family.
We do that a lot. Daddy says this is what is going on in this family. We need to talk about it. We need to know what's your mind, what's your opinion about this. Although even if your opinion will not be taken into consideration, you shall talk. And the talk can land into trouble. So you understand. But it's important that couples, those in a relationship, talk about it, and they know what exactly is going on in the mind of the other person, and so that the relationship can, they can foster healthy living together. You understand what I'm trying to say? So
I think that's just the basic solution. Still talk about it. There's nothing you can do without talking.
Talk
you
about
have to
it.
talk.
Talk about it.
You have to talk. And while you talk about it, please be sure to listen. Because don't try to validate yourself. I know how to put it. Someone is saying how they feel. Don't try to bring your feeling into another person's feeling. Yes, you have your feelings where, but when someone is talking about how he or she feels, try and listen to how that person feels before you talk about how you feel. Don't cut the person short. Don't try and say you shouldn't feel this way. It is not your feeling, it is the person feeling. The person has felt it already, or the person is feeling it. So allow the person express him or herself on what he or she is feeling. It is their feeling, and there's nothing you can do about it. And when you finish listening to how the person feels, you can say how you feel. Then so you can bring it together and see what is causing the misunderstanding, or where you have to adjust your feelings to meet each other feelings.
Okay, that means there's a knob they used to adjust feeling, right? I get your point. So in all, talk about it, discuss it. It will help your marriage to flourish, to help your relationship to flourish. You'll be able to, because communication is like more than 50% of what happens in any relationship. If you don't know how to communicate, I think one of the reasons that people get married to some persons is because they are free with that person.
Yes.
They can talk. They can gist with the person. They can relate with the person. So that's why we're saying today that in us, we have been able to, learn how each of us communicate, and using that to help ourselves grow in love together, like that. So please also use that in your relationship and use it to foster and flourish your marriage together. We believe that if there are issues and conflicts, you can settle them when you sit down together and talk about it. So thank you very much. I don't know if you have anything to say, but
thank you.
that will be all for today. If you have questions, please do not hesitate to drop it in the comment section, and please let's know your thoughts about our own part of this discussion and podcast today. Write in the comment section, like this video, share it with somebody. See you again next time. My name is Ayodele.
And my name is Oluwatosin.
We are both
walking in faith and living in love.
So thank you so much. See you again.
Bye.